What I was explaining in the last video, that the Russians are utilizing Soviet mind control technology on me as part of a counterintelligence operation, is only half the story. Indeed, it's all a bit darker and is basically a black project coordinated from the Kremlin by a network of Sabbateans surrounding Vladimir Putin himself. So it's all very interesting to consider. It's not technically a GRU operation. It's a direct Putin cell operation, i.e. a Sabbatean continuum operation. These people are not Hebrews. They're Satanists. They're outright Satanists. And they control the Russian economy and the psychiatric facilities across the Russian Federation, as well as the psychiatric system in the United Kingdom. So it's interesting to consider. This is a black project coordinated in England by Rupert Lowe's secretary. Interestingly, it's interesting news that Rupert Lowe is a Sabbatean and his secretary, somebody Parker, coordinates the mental health system in Norfolk. So it's all very interesting to consider how all of this links to psychopolitics and the ideas of Lavrenti Beria, who was himself a Sabbatean. So it's all very interesting how all of this is interconnecting up to this network operating out of the Kremlin at the moment, utilizing me in a black project to secure resources for a war between Britain and the Russian Federation. Indeed, I seem to be being used in this black project as some sort of pawn. Indeed, there is very little I can do about it. Indeed, it's a lot of pressure on one lunatic to try and figure out the entire global elite and the black operations of the intelligence services of the West and the Soviet Union. Indeed, it's an awful lot of pressure for one lunatic to be under. Indeed, I seem to be the only conspiracy theorist pushing this line of Soviet mind control technology being used on mental patients. Indeed, other conspiracy theorists seem to avoid this topic, most probably because they fear being targeted by the Soviets themselves. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, my organ trade exposures are causing a lot of problems in the Kremlin. So it's all very interesting that me talking about Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop in devices causes chaos in the Kremlin, which is all very strange to consider that Devices is a redneck town with a local butcher's shop that connects directly to the Sabbatean networks within the Kremlin. So it's all very interesting to consider. The butchers of Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop are effectively Sabbatean proxies operating an organ harvesting scheme which profits the MI6 black budget and the Kremlin. So it's all very strange. Indeed, this is a bit of a merry-go-round of intellectual capacity, but it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Sabbatean cells operating out of the Kremlin are directly interconnected with Rupert Lowe's labyrinth cult operating out of Norfolk, which directly connects to the catacombs beneath Wiltshire Police Headquarters, i.e. the Devizes Police baby rape ring. So it's all really quite comical how all of this links up. And indeed, These people are playing a big game of chess with my soul. Indeed, the Sabbateans want to sacrifice me and eat my brain. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, there is also a plan to switch me with vermin, known to Khan's folk as Cass Lynch or Cassius Lynch. Indeed, vermin is being built up by Azov Battalion operatives to be the savior of the white race. So it's all very interesting to consider. However, they are going to utilize him in a game whereby Aryan Nation's factions, i.e. Christian identity druids, are going to switch me with vermin in Wiltshire and then begin a holocaust of mental patients. So it's all very strange to consider. I'm basically being used in a large cryptocratic agenda coordinated by a Sabbatean network operated out of the Kremlin via networks of Calm Police and Devices Police. Indeed, to understand how this all makes sense, you have to view this entire YouTube channel, which may take you weeks to get through, but you have to understand how I've got to this conclusion. You need to watch everything. So it's all very strange indeed. The beam seemed to have subsided a little in the last few hours, since I identified the beams were of Russian origin. However, I believe they will begin again as soon as I put up a video with Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop in the title. So it's all very interesting that me exposing a Devices Police, Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop organ harvesting network is causing absolute chaos in the catacombs of the Kremlin. So it's all very, very interesting to consider. Indeed, as I said, the fact that Russian intelligence are utilizing this technology on me is only half the story, because the people controlling these networks are Sabbateans operating an ongoing black project as part of an agenda to bring on World War III and ensure Sabbatean dominion over the globe. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, these guys are ultra-Zionists. Therefore, they are the most hardcore Satanist network on Earth. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider. There are many different types of Zionists, and they're all guilty of something. This is the thing. They're all guilty of something. But the British factions are all guilty of something also. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I am torn between many loyalties due to certain affections for certain people of various ethnicities that I've experienced over the years. Indeed, though my ultimate loyalty is to Anglo-Saxon felines, so I'm not sure how this fits in to anyone else's agenda. Indeed, I'm thinking of retiring from intelligence work, although you never actually retire from the game. However, I'm thinking of taking a sabbatical to study the paranormal. So it's interesting, I'm going to leave my Illuminati exposures for the time being and move into a different realm. So it's all very interesting. I have other topics to study at the moment rather than Sabbatean Satanists. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the organ traffic has been comprehensively exposed over the series of videos in the last few weeks. So I believe I can put that one to rest for a bit and focus on the paranormal. Indeed, I don't believe in alien greys, so don't expect a James Casbolt. Indeed, it's all very strange to consider that disembodied entities have been visiting me, especially in my sleep. And I wake up with priapism, which is very annoying. Indeed, this is part of a sexual stimulation of me in my sleep by Sabbateans, who are effectively fucking me in my sleep. Sabbatean women are fucking me in my sleep. That's really fucking crazy. I'm having these crazy dreams with all these disembodied entities, and then I wake up being fucked by a Sabbatean woman. So it's all very strange. It's all very strange indeed. What on earth are these butchers doing to me? Indeed, the Sabbatean guys are all butcher shop guys, and the butcher shop guys in devices are all Sabbateans. So it's very interesting to consider, indeed, these people eat cannibal meat, i.e. they constantly feast on human flesh, and they rape babies in underground catacombs. And they fuck corpses, they fuck dead babies, they shag organs. Indeed, this is the signature of the Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop cartel. They shag the organs before distribution. Indeed, a Romanian mobster informed me that the Sabbatean organ trade in Romania is run by the Paracelsus network, which is itself a subcontract of the Alphabet and Jericho networks, the secret Sabbatean organizations that coordinate the underground organ trade through networks of British Freemasons who are basically controlling Romania through the Paracelsus group. So it's all very interesting indeed. Zach House luckily informed me of the name of the Freemasonic network that runs Romania, i.e. the Paracelsus group, though these are themselves controlled by Sabbatean networks of the Jericho network, which operates out of Moldova, and the Alphabet network, which operates out of Kursk. So that is the heart of Lubavitch territory. So it's all very interesting to consider what exactly is going on in the global agenda. Indeed, it does seem that the Sabbateans are running the world, they are running the royalty, and they are running IG Farben. So we're at the top. Indeed, there is nothing higher than the Sabbateans. Indeed, I believe even David Icke has come to this conclusion, but I'm not entirely sure about him. He doesn't write his own books. He has teams of researchers operating around him who write his books for him. However, there is a Hasidic ultra-Zionist network, more powerful than Lubavitch, who run the Russian Federation, really. Indeed, they are known as the Jericho Group. So it's all very interesting indeed. The Alphabet are subalterns of the Jericho Group, who are running all the global syndicates of Russian mafia and Kazakh mafia. So it's all very interesting to consider how all of these networks interconnect and intertwine through the Paracelsus group of Freemasons of British heritage running Romania. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. The heart of the organ trade in Europe is Bucharest, so it's interesting to consider this. Indeed, these networks of Romanian mobsters running the distribution for the Devices Police Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop cartel are themselves subcontracted by the Jericho Group through proxies in the Paracelsus Group. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. Drugs are not my concern, indeed. They are just a part of life. And I believe if the chemistry's there, we have a right to take it. Indeed. However, the problem is narcotics traffickers are assholes. This is the problem. Like, they're assholes. I mean, with all the chemistry there, we could just use it, but people just want to profit and manipulate and bribe and do all sorts of terrible things utilizing the drugs trade as a reason. And then we witness dickheads like Alex Day, who in Devices was the protected guy. He's on the sex offenders register for reasons unknown, which is all very interesting indeed. He's also directly interconnected with the organ trade in Swindon. Indeed, through networks of Romanian mobsters who are themselves controlled by the Paracelsus Group, the British Freemasons running Romania, who are themselves coordinated by the Jericho Group, which counts among its number Rupert Lowe. Indeed, Rupert Lowe is an operative of the Jericho Group, i.e. a Hasidic Dome cult faction who run the Russian Federation and majority percentages of the British organ trade. So it's all very interesting how this all links up. And indeed, I need to make some more conclusions before I finish my grand exposure of Illuminism. Indeed, the Bavarian Illuminati were a combined network of German aristocrats and Sabbateans. Do you see where I'm leading here? The Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst is an expression of the Bavarian Illuminati, a combined network of German aristocrats and Sabbateans. So it's all very interesting. And from this we spawn the mother of all conspiracies, i.e. the Rothschild family, who are themselves Hasidic Sabbateans. So they're Jericho Group. So what's interesting about that? They are up there, though perhaps not quite as high as other Sabbatean families, such as the Herschel family and the Gerst family. So it's either Gerst or Cursed. I can't remember the exact terminology for that family, but it's either Gerst or Cursed. Indeed, the Herschel family are ultra-Zionist Frankists, supposedly. So they're part of a direct continuum that leads into the Asiatic Brethren, who control vast percentages of the British intelligence services. So it's all very, very interesting to consider indeed. I wanted to wind down my exposures of these topics, apart from brief mentions of various interconnecting networks, but I want to focus on the exposure of devices and paranormal experiences regarding devices. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. This will all connect, therefore, to the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop and the organ trade. So we are going to keep talking about the Jericho Group and its overarching control of the British organ trade. Indeed, this Jericho Group is operating from a headquarters within the Kremlin and has various networks of Sabbatean psychics attempting to read the contents of my brain and analyze my brain. Indeed, they seem to be struggling to work me out. So it's all very interesting. And I've got Sabbatean women psychically shagging me while I'm asleep. So it's all very, very strange to consider this. All of this was down to one video I made in July 2020 about the Dom cult, interconnecting Dom cult activity with the organ harvest and Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop. So all of this is coming down to a few elements. Sabbatean, Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst, Wiltshire Police, and the Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop organ harvesting cartel. Indeed, this is basically the pinnacle of all of my theories. And this is who the Illuminati are. The Jericho Group, operating out of Moscow's vast catacomb system, i.e., directly beneath the Kremlin. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there before I lose myself in this video. Indeed, it's all very interesting to analyze. It's all connected to the organ, i.e., the KGB inner sanctum, which is the Jericho Group. Indeed, Felix Jasinski was a Jericho Group operative, an operative for Hasidic continuums within the Hebrew nation. So it's interesting to consider these people are not Jews, they're Satanists. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, this is really, really quite crazy what is going on here. This black project and this unique Soviet mind control, beaming, mind vortex warping technology that's being used on me. I'm probably going to be subject to an assassination attempt in the coming weeks, so don't be surprised if there's a shootout in Warminster. So we'll see what happens. Indeed, there's so many factions choosing sides, so it's all very interesting to consider what could happen down here. Indeed, I'm feeling good though. I'm going to wrap up my exposure to the Illuminati by identifying the Illuminati as a Jericho group, who are operative within the Western cryptocracies and the Russian Federation cryptocracies, but are technically headquartered in the Kremlin's catacomb system. So it's all very interesting. These people seem to like being underground. It's very odd. I don't like being underground at all. The whole concept of tunnels petrifies me, indeed. It's not very nice down there. So I'm going to leave it there. Bye-bye.